has the guts to close with and destroy the enemy through firepower and maneuver.
And now comes a question from Faustino Tuya Garcia. Spanish journalist Pablo Gonzalez was arrested on February 27th in Poland, accused of being a Russian spy, and he's being held in prison incommunicado without trial. This is much more serious than what happened to Gonzalo Lira, or as Scott calls him, Gonzo Lira. Are you familiar with Pablo Gonzalez and his predicament, Scott?
Only this. I don't know anything more than this, so I'm unable to comment on the specifics of the charges and in the current state. I don't know if he's still held, but the look, they're absolutely right. What happened to Gonzo Lira? Who knows what happened to him?
What's his name?
I'll call him Mr. Lira. I don't want to be insulting of anybody.
Oh, come on. I think it's funny.
Well, I mean, he called himself Gonzo. When we spoke to him, when I was interviewed by him twice, he was Gonzo. And suddenly he doesn't want to be called Gonzo. Okay, Mr. Lira. But, you know, you don't sit there and claim that you are being hunted down by Ukrainian security services. You don't publish that if I stop broadcasting for 12 hours, you can assume that I'm dead because you put out a list of names of people who were killed and tortured and arrested by the Ukrainian security services, and then disappear for days. Come back 5 days later without a mark on your body, by the way. This is being arrested by one of the most brutal security services in Europe, thugs who torture, murder people. And Gonzo not only was released unharmed, but he was given back the very tools that he claimed the Ukrainians were upset about, his computers, his phones, his access to the internet, and he continued to broadcast. I know enough about Soviet intelligence, Soviet security, Russian security, Ukrainian security, to know that that's not how it works, guys. That's not what happens unless you've been turned, or unless you were lying the whole time. Unless maybe you're not in Kharkov. I don't know. Maybe you weren't arrested. Maybe you did this to get attention. Who knows? But what I can tell you is that he was not arrested by the SBU and then released to continue broadcasting unless a deal was made with the SBU. So that means he's an SBU asset, which means I don't want to have anything to do with him. So there we go.
All right. Well, now that we slammed Gonzo, I think the idea here, though, was to raise awareness about Pablo Gonzalez. So maybe we can look into that.
Yeah, but look, let's get back to the thing, because this isn't about Gonzo Lira. This is about Pablo Gonzalez. This is about journalists being arrested by a NATO country. This is Poland. Poland's a NATO member. Spain is a NATO member. Why isn't the Spanish government shouting and screaming? I mean, I'll dig into this. I'll find out what's going on.
Do you know much about the justice system in Poland in general?
No, I'd have to do some research.
All right.